don't touch Python yet. If I was going to learn AI or AI engineering in 2025, if I could start all over again, this is exactly what I would do. So, learning AI, do not start with Python. You're going to learn how to code. You're not going to learn actually AI. If you want to learn AI, I suggest first learn how to build no-code solutions like using n8n. Once you know how to use n8n, you can then create the same thing in code and it'll all start to make much more sense. Now you may be wondering, what about models and training models and fine-tuning and all that stuff? Yeah, that is great, but 90% of actually creating stuff with AI, learning AI, using AI, engineering with AI is model usage, not model training, which you can hardly see because it's a tiny little portion here. For example, you have these applications which are literally AI applications. ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, Claude, Perplexity, etc. Now you also have, on the kind of building with AI front, we have AI agents or AI workflows such as n8n. Additionally, we have AI getting integrated into existing systems to kind of give them an edge. And then we have as well over here, fully like AI SaaS. So like here's SEO writing AI, a blog one, project manager one, a screen recording, note-taking one for your calls as well. This path I'm going to show you today, it is not the traditional path of math first, learn machine learning, linear regression, neural networks, TensorFlow, all this stuff, right? We're going to go straight to how do you make money, how do you get a job, how do you actually learn AI as it's relevant in 2025. Step 1, you want to start with n8n. You don't want to start with Python, as I said. You don't want to learn to code at this point. This is not your purpose. You're trying to learn AI, not how to code. So, the first thing you want to do is build. Surprisingly, ChatGPT let me create this image. I just said, use this character, but make it AI that he's building, and it's not clocked on that it's Bob the Builder. Anyway, so you want to create things, such as the Twitter bot I was saying, such as a YouTube to transcript, a SaaS. So this guy here has ads all over his site, he's probably making money by this little project that he's got. Or you can do stuff like here, creating a chatbot using OpenAI assistants. This here specifically is actually one from Zero to Mastery, which we'll talk about in a bit. And this is because you want to get comfortable. You want to get comfortable using models. You want to get comfortable with the API. So here, for example, we have 4.1 was released only in the API, and it was like one of the best models that were released, as you can see from here. So you really need to use it. Additionally, you want to understand prompting. What is a system prompt? What is a user prompt? And then how do they work together to solidly prompt engineer a model? And additionally, you will actually be learning the theory as you go along and create these here. Remember, we'll not try to learn the code, we'll try to learn how to build. And if you want to learn how to build, it's on YouTube. You know, I have a bunch of tutorials teaching you how to create stuff, create AI agents at this very first step. And inside my free skill community, which comes out soon for 10k subs, we have all the templates in there, so you can go and grab them and play around with them then. But this is all for step 1. So for step 2, you want to really learn about the actual theory. You've driven your Ferrari now, you've kind of painted it or whatever. Now you want to look under the hood and see what's actually there. And that's where you're going to learn stuff like tokens, transformers, vector databases, temperature, embeddings, all of these big fancy words, which aren't as scary when you actually start to understand them. For example, we have like AI for beginners here, which will teach you all that essential information. And then the dark side of AI, because you know hallucinations and security are a major factor right now. So n8n has shown you the how. Theory will show you more how, but also the why. Why does it work like this? And if you want to deep dive into these, you have courses such as AI Engineering Bootcamp, so you have RAG for LLMs here, and then Prompt Engineering, so it's a bit deeper courses on that type of thing. And for these, this is all coming from Zero to Mastery, which if you're at the very beginning of your journey, I would highly recommend. Because when I was trying to learn AI, it was a nightmare. I was going through a gazillion YouTube videos. I was going through GitHub repos trying to figure out neural networks, thinking I could train my own. I was like a broken compass, moving in all directions all the time. I had no roadmap, I had no community, and it was continually trial and error for months. It was a nightmare. And that's why I recommend, if you're starting out, to go to Zero to Mastery. So not only, right, can you go to Zero to Mastery and get all the courses? But there's like a roadmap here to actually getting your job or to becoming a freelancer or whatever it is you want to do with tech. You can start out with finding your career path. For example, it's literally took me 2 minutes. You ask a couple of questions and then it was like, here's your path for becoming an AI developer. Now you can't see them all on my screen here, so I'll open up the page. But essentially here is the course structure. If I zoom out a little bit, you can see prompt engineering, Python, RAG, build AI agents with AWS, SageMaker. So you're actually using real things people are using in the real world. Then you get your guide to your dream job, apply to jobs, Bedrock, learning how to learn properly, web development, etc, etc. So you're learning like everything you need to know, all under one subscription here, right? Some of my top picks are the Prompt Engineering Bootcamp, the Complete Python Developer as well, and then RAG as well, because these are fundamental to AI, to actually using and learning AI. Now each path, this one here for example is a RAG path, comes with a complete guide to take you from zero to mastery in your given field. And not only that, but it gives you real life projects that you can then use on your portfolio, which is amazing. And if that wasn't enough, they have here a Discord, right? And their Discord community has 500,000 or over 500,000 people inside. Now I'm talking about other people who have been on your path, other people who are on your path, such as accountability buddies. You also have the people who have taught the courses, etc. So if you have any questions, you want any help, there will always be somebody in there. Like right now, let's just go onto the Discord. You can see here, like, look at all these new messages. When you're ready to land that role, of course you have this course here, which will teach you how to create a resume, how to get an interview, how to get promoted. Additionally, they have a bunch of other courses all about mastering the coding interview, which you can take whichever one is relevant to you. Systems design, big tech, data structures and algorithms, whichever it is that you want to focus on. In short, Zero to Mastery takes you from beginner to job ready without the chaos, and it's all one subscription for all of these courses. So literally no matter what you want to learn in tech, no matter what you want to build, there will be something for you. They will be the first link in the description below. Go and check them out. So our next step will be learning about Python and APIs. Why? Because you'll be banging your head against the wall and you will feel a need to go deeper to actually get the customization that you seek. Now you'll graduate from NAN to Python. So what is Python? What will you learn? Well, first you'll learn things like requests. So, like HTTP requests. Then you'll learn data engineering type of stuff. Extract, transform, load. How does data move from one place to another? Should we clean it? Should we change it? Etc. You will also get more familiar with prompting. So zero-shot prompting, blah, 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 chat completion, whatever it may be. You will then have error handling that you can use. And then you will also get familiar with actually using APIs in Python. And this is because you want to run stuff that works faster, that works smarter, and that you can customize. This little picture here was the first picture that came back when you Google custom, which I thought was pretty interesting. And so speaking of data and data engineering, that is step 4. You will then go into data. You have to now learn, how is this backend holding up, right? And so you'll learn about data flow. So like data stores here are like databases, processes would be like, your transform phase in the ETL, for example. And then this is from one place to another, which might be your AI agent. It might be the whole thing, right? And so you'll need to learn databases like PSQL, Postgres. It's free, close to cloud, etc. And to get started, you can jump onto Supabase. It's nice and easy. Normally people use that in NA10 or Airtable as well, AIR table. And for this, it's because you want somewhere to store user input, results, and logs. So what's happened? What are people putting in? What is the results they're getting out? You want that stored so you can analyze that data and use it as well. And you'll also need to learn about data structures inside Python. So DS, you'll hear sometimes DSA, data structures and algorithms. Well, you do need to know data structures so you can know how the data that you're moving around is properly structured. Quick side one on this is it's also relevant to learn schemas. How is your backend actually organized and set up properly? Because you will inevitably be working with multiple tables and you need to structure them together. So it's best to try and keep this somewhere stored. Even if you don't write it up beforehand, continually modify it and keep it up to date. But just get familiar with this kind of stuff. Because remember, you're not just writing a little script to automate something. You're trying to build AI systems. So number 5, speaking of this, is you want to then build one project, one flagship project that beats a gazillion tutorials. For example here, you want to ship one thing. You don't want to keep thinking. If you Google Tinker, 3 things that come up are Tinkerbell, this guy who must be called Tinker, and a Tinker horse. I didn't know about these 2. So I suggest one agent end to end. To do this, solve one of your own problems. Do not go and find one of the bazillion SaaS ideas that everyone else is talking about, which you don't even care about, and then be dedicated on that for 4 nights, and then that's it. Solve a problem you're going to encounter again, because it will keep reminding you that this is a real solution you're trying to deliver. When you're building this out, you really need to understand the 3-tier architecture, which is client server database, and in your instance it could be something like a front end for the user to use, server where you are then talking to APIs, and then your database, which we talked about. And here it's all about being fast to deploy, so just get it out there into the world. I added this picture here because essentially when you Google fix forward, this is the only stuff that comes up, is all about fixing your posture. But this is also a term used in software engineering to essentially mean build it, and then anything that goes wrong, we'll fix it whilst it's already out there. Now, kind of like our little ship analogy, I would say, basically, as long as it won't sink, everything else can be fixed whilst it's floating, right? Think of that projects in the same way. And I would highly, highly recommend that you record what you're doing. Whether that's in GitHub by open sourcing it so that everyone can see it and contribute and help out, and you can display your work, or blog what you're doing on Medium or Substack, which is really popular now, or what I would always recommend is make YouTube videos on it, what you're learning. Even if everyone else has made the same type of video that you're going to make, if you keep making them, it all adds up. You get out there as a personality, etc, etc. And so my advice here is 1 is better than 1,000. And number 6, finally, how do you monetize all of this stuff? How do you make this money? Well, you can either go freelance, in which we had already spoken about. If you fill in this and you're like, I want to go freelance, that actually gives you a whole course on how to become a freelancer, which is amazing. Or you can get a job, which again, once you do the tech quiz, you can then get a specific job ready path. Or you can build a SaaS by using all of the skills which you'll learn in any of these and all of these Zero to Mastery courses. For SaaS, there's a couple of different routes right now that I see. Basically, you have like your traditional SaaS stuff, which is like Lovable, so that's making websites essentially which deliver a service. Or you have NA10, so like workflows as a service, or like agents as a service type of thing, where you build out some AI agent and then you sell that being used by clients. So like a newsletter generator, but without a website that they use. Instead, they just contact you and you deliver the thing. And Appify, there's an interesting thing here where essentially this is APIs that it sells, and they call them actors, and basically you rent these actors' usage out, which is cool. So basically you have a bit of code and then you let people use it. For example, there is actually a YouTube video to transcript one here as well. So as you can see, that single problem of I want a YouTube video transcript can be solved by creating an actor, so an API, end-to-end workflow, or a website, i.e. using Lovable or something for the front end. So basically, my suggestion here is don't try to become a data scientist. Maybe as a sexy job of the 21st century, but I feel like it's probably not anymore. Instead, what you should focus on is building AI to solve real problems, because this will make you money. Basically, that's me trying to say that sure, it will make you money, right? You get a job, become a freelancer, build a good SaaS, whatever it may be. But also, that is the point in using AI, to actually automate something that's worthwhile, a real problem that is solved, and that's what will give you real benefit, is driving real value. So, if you want to learn AI in 2025, this is my roadmap: NA10, then theory, then a bit of Python, use Zero to Mastery, and follow the courses there. You can do that for both theory and for the Python stuff, and then the data project and how to get a job, for example. But yes, data engineering, build a project using all your knowledge, and then try to see if you can monetize it in some way. Get actual real life experience with real life challenges. So Zero to Mastery will be the first link in the description below. Go and check them out. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.